Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to take you guys through some new Palworld updates and news. We have a pretty significant patch that just dropped. A lot of updates dropping in the early access version of the game. The game has crossed a very major milestone of how many millions of players that Palworld has. I think when you look at a stat like this, it makes it more evident and understandable, at least. I still don't understand it in the sense that Palworld isn't a competitor to Pokemon, but I can see numbers like this being like, okay, if I'm Nintendo, maybe we don't want this to be as successful. If, you just hate the world and you want Palworld to not be as successful as Pokemon, it's not going to be the worldwide well-known IP that Pokemon is. But I digress. They reached a significant milestone as far as how many players they have. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, update version 0.4.15 random pal mode rework and bug fixes have dropped, noting major bug fixes implemented a workaround for a bug that caused map data to reset, and they also fixed several Xbox and Steam Deck crashes. The game does run fairly well on the deck and the Ally from my experience. The Ally in particular, in my experience. I haven't really played it on the deck, but from what I've heard, the deck version does work at least well enough. Mechanics reworked random pal mode. The level of wild pals that appear has been fixed for each region. This means that the strength of enemies will gradually increase as you progress, and only the pals that appear will be random. Balance adjustment adjusted the elemental chest rewards. They are now guaranteed to drop dog coins, and also have a low chance of dropping work suitability books too. Network added measures to adjust the player rubber banding issues in multiplayer. Optimized save data file sizes. Bug fixes fixed an issue where pals at bases would get stuck on each other on dedicated servers. Fixed an issue where some naturally occurring map objects such as mushrooms were not spawning after being destroyed by player construction. Fixed an issue where neutral NPCs spawn in random events would not become criminal when attacked. Fixed an issue where pals would not work if summoned too close to a tree. Fixed an issue where NPCs sometimes shake when firing their guns. Fixed minor bugs such as texture issues, and fixed an issue where anti-craft missile launchers would occasionally respawn, and fixed an issue where some buildings would not align properly, and fixed an issue where pals would not enter caves. This is more of a kind of quality of life fixes and bug fixes and things of that nature. No new content rolling out with this update, but they do note that they also adjusted elemental chest rewards. They are now guaranteed to drop dog coins and also have a low chance of dropping work suitability books, and they're currently working to correct issues. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank you for your continued support. That is the first update since January 23rd, where they did drop a bunch of spring festival skins. If you're not aware of those, you can go check those out. A lot of skins for pals. Obviously, you will need to have the pals available and caught if you do want to take advantage of those skins. And there were a lot of balance adjustments and specification adjustments as well, and bug fixes rolling out with that update as well. These are all coming off the heels of the Faybreak update that dropped at the end of December, obviously of 2024, and Palworld still probably, I would imagine, has a couple more significant updates before we see its full release. We still don't have an idea on when that full release will happen, but they did note that they expected early access to be for at least 1 year, so we are already past the 1 year mark, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's another 6 months left in early access. The thing is, with the game quality that's available right now, like with the base game and Faybreak, people are already getting 80 to 100 hours of gameplay and replayability out of the game. It's not like they need to do a ton more, and we saw the roadmap. I don't expect another, 2 Faybreak level updates. I just don't think that's the case. I think now, all they really got to do is wrap up the end of the game and, quality of life improvements, just get it more refined, and I think we're ready for 1.0. Now, does that mean that the updates and the content updates for the game will end? No, but I think you can drop the game at 1.0 by, let's say, summer of this year, and then at that point, I think we can talk about doing a paid expansion. I think Palworld has offered the consumer enough value where a 1.0 release, with a couple more updates, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. Guys, for a $30 game, maybe it'll go up to $40 when the full game comes out, and I would be shocked if it didn't go up to $40. it gives you your money's worth. I think most people would agree with that. For the level of updates and the content that they've been dropping, the goodwill that they've established with their consumer, it's very similar to like Stellar Blade. Obviously, Palworld the bigger game, but Stellar Blade did a great job of just continually giving people free updates and establishing goodwill that when they did paid updates and paid enhancements, I don't think anybody really got upset with that. Palworld, if it comes out at 1.0 by summer of this year, and then let's say in early 26 they announce a $10 to $15 paid expansion, I don't think people would be too mad about that if it does extend the content quite a bit. And there's a lot of avenues that they're trying to expand into. Mobile game, the mobile game being done by Krafton. And I'm sure Palworld as an IP is just going to grow and grow as long as they can get through the Nintendo hurdle. That's really the only thing. Speaking of the Nintendo hurdle, I think one of the main reasons that Nintendo is annoyed by Palworld and they haven't been annoyed by other Mon collecting games and Mon games is the fact that Palworld has been incredibly successful, and the official Twitter account noted over 32 million Pal Tamers. It's been a year since Palworld was released, and thanks to our fans, Palworld has surpassed over 32 million players across all platforms. Thank you so much. As always, your support means the world to us. That is an absolutely staggering number. Now, that doesn't mean the game has sold 32 million copies. There's the people that played the game via Xbox Game Pass. There's the people that, I guess if you include people that bought the game on, let's say, PlayStation 5 and they have multiple accounts on their PS5, I think that those individual people would be counted as players. I'm sure that the game has sold millions upon millions of copies well into the like 23 to 25 million range. I would love to get an exact number as far as how many copies of this game were sold, because that's an insane number. Like, even if we're talking 15 million copies of this game sold, I don't think Pocket Pair ever expected to sell that many millions of copies of this game, and it just goes to show that this is one of the most successful games literally of all time, especially when you're considering it is an indie game. It's coming from Pocket Pair, published by Pocket Pair as well. It's insanity when you look at the success level of this game and how much revenue they were able to generate. And what I find kind of commendable is the fact that they are trying to give back, and they're doing this Pocket Pair publishing initiative where they're teaming up with other indie games and trying to publish indie games, which I think is, commendable. I don't know the exact ins and outs of everything going out on that, but given the success of this game, they do have quite a lot of resources to work with relative to where Pocket Pair was as. They don't have the level of resources that Nintendo has at their disposal. Even if Palworld sold incredibly well, they just don't have those resources at their disposal. But I would imagine they have a significant amount of resources relative to where they were at pre-Palworld, I should say, and it's good to see that the game is doing so well, and I think it's not gonna get back to the level of having 2 million concurrent players, but can it be incredibly successful when 1.0 drops if they continue to do good content updates? Will it get a surge of interest? Absolutely, absolutely it will. Even if it doesn't get to 2 million concurrent players, that was a lightning in a bottle moment. I don't think that'll I can't say that'll never be replicated, but I think it'll be very hard to replicate it. But I think if they do quality updates, I think, for me, I would love to see some sort of single-player narrative component attached to the game. That's just what I'm about in my games. I would love to see that. But right now, what they have offered, I think it's more important that they expand upon that and appease the people that are invested into the experience, and I think that's what they are looking at. And given that they have 32 million players, they've had 32 million players, just a staggering number. But that'll do it for me. Again, update 4.15, 0.4.15 has dropped some updates, random PAL rework, and more, and the game has cracked 32 million players in total, which is a staggering number. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.